I know it's a little bit later than I usually do it, but I've been uploading all the others. Trying to keep up. Okay, nice addition to the setup. We've got some ravens. Or ravens or crows. Okay, everyone used to argue about that in my English classes, whether they're ravens or crows, but they both symbolise death, don't they? So very fitting. Okay, I'm not actually going to burn any sage because I burnt some yesterday for a couple of personal readings and it was really stinky. I think I can do it without. Okay, so we're going to start off with Aries. Let's get the card. If you're interested in a personal reading yourself, it's £18, and I've had fantastic feedback from everyone that's asked for a reading. They've all asked for another one, said they're going to get them regularly. So you can private message me on TikTok if you're interested in a personal reading, or you can contact me on my YouTube account using the email address that's in the channel description. These are collective readings by zodiac sign, Rohan. The collective readings by zodiac sign, so you don't put in your question. That's a live Q&A that you need to look for if you want that. We're starting off with the sign of Aries. When I do personal readings, they can be about your health, they can be about love, they can be a general reading to see what comes out. Sorry, I don't know why my throat's so claggy. They can be education, business and finance, relocations, absolutely anything. Okay, I've had people ask me about business decisions. I also do messages from loved ones that have passed away. I don't charge for those ones. Spirit guides, the universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me. For Aries highest good, how is Aries feeling in this second week of October 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Aries is feeling first of all. Okay, Aries, you've got the Queen of Wands reversed. The Queen of Wands, when it's upright, it's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. The wands represent, fire energy, fire signs. When it's upright, your solar plexus is activated. You're feeling confident. You're feeling like a go-getter. You're feeling like a boss. You're feeling like you make goals, you go for them, and you achieve them. Very confident, very good-looking, action-orientated. When it's reversed, it's perhaps too much of that or not enough. Okay, it's a negative aspect. So it's either, you know, overly passionate, maybe angry, overbearing, or a lack of confidence, a lack of assertiveness, a lack of authority. So, you know, scared to make moves. So, I don't think you're feeling like the best version of yourself. The Queen of Wands can be a third party card as well in a love reading. It doesn't have to be, but it can be the other man, the other woman. So let's see what else comes out. The King of Pentacles. Okay, so you're in your masculine energy, whether you're male or female, and the King of Pentacles is someone who's very much focused on finances, focused on assets, love security. Love language is to gift. So the material world is very, very important. It's a practical person. It's someone that will feel secure when money's not an issue. Okay, someone that likes to have their ducks in a row. That's how you're showing up right now. And someone that's very nurturing. Kings and queens, they're homeowners or people that have children or people that have high-powered jobs. They're very responsible. That's how you're showing up, okay? This is collective readings by zodiac sign if you've just come in. I don't take personal questions in these lives. You can always pay for a private reading, or you'll have to wait till I've got 4,000 watch hours and I'm doing live Q&As. I have to have a certain number of watch hours to take questions and lives, and they would be dedicated to that. I wouldn't be interrupting the collective readings. They'll continue for free. The Nine of Cups is about being satisfied. It's being content. Every cup is full. And nines are a number about being single. It's us as a single person, feeling content, feeling happy. So that's what you've got, which I'm happy to see. So Aries, you're feeling good. You're quite happy being single. You don't have a requirement to be in love. You have love for yourself. You have love from people around you. Money's great. Career's great. Home is great. The only thing is you might be lacking confidence in the area of ambition or passion. Let's see who's showing up for you. Now, it could be someone that you're thinking about, someone that you're already dealing with, or someone that you're manifesting in the future. They've got the Nine of Wands, so it's someone who's the wounded warrior. They're very determined. They're someone that, even though obstacles keep coming up, they'll just keep going anyway. It doesn't matter. Give me another one. Throw something else at me. I can take it. Okay, so it's a very resilient person. They feel the pain. They feel the burden, but they get on with it anyway. You can watch your sign, or you can watch the sign of your person. These are collective readings by zodiac sign. We're currently on Aries. In the challenge position, they've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the major arcana for Taurus. It's about being the teacher, learning lessons, learning so many harsh lessons through life experience that this person is no longer the teacher. They're no longer the student. They are the teacher now. And they like to talk about their experiences, and they like to share them with others so that others may not make the mistakes that they have. It could be someone who's a teacher, a mentor, an instructor, a counsellor, a therapist, a healer, motivational speaker. Singer-songwriters, they're people that talk about their experiences, aren't they? So it's a person that's been through a lot. That's in the challenge position, so they may be feeling like they're not sure whether what they're doing is wise or not, but they seem to be doing it anyway, so they've obviously got a big heart. It's not a Q&A. It's not a live Q&A. It's a collective reading by zodiac sign. So you need to watch your sign and the sign of your person and follow the long-term narrative. I can't do live Q&As until I've got 4,000 watch hours, and then I won't be answering questions in the collective readings. I'll be doing live Q&As separately where you'd have to pay. You'd still have to pay like £10 per question and you'd get it answered straight away. But that will be in the title, live Q&A. This isn't a live Q&A. You can go to another channel if you're desperate to find that. They've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed, so they don't want to be single. They want to bridge their life together with another person. They want to be the Ten of Pentacles, which normally you get that when you're two people who put dual incomes, together. They put assets together, savings together, resources together. This is someone that doesn't want to be single and independent. They want to come together. Let's get 3 for the outcome. The 5 of Wands reversed. So in the outcome, the 5 of Wands, when it's upright, is either internal conflict, having mixed feelings about something, feeling in some ways something's a good idea, in some ways it's a bad idea. It can be external conflict, so arguments with others, other people butting in, giving their opinions, being outspoken, causing physical fights or altercations, too many cooks and all that. So with that reversed, it's someone that doesn't want to argue, they don't want conflict, they don't want drama. They're trying to pacify the situation. Now they're showing up as single. You could be married, you could be single, you could be widowed, divorced. Could be a single parent because you're showing up as a king and a queen. So you definitely have a lot of responsibility, let's say. Another card for the outcome is the 8 of Swords reversed. So someone was riddled with worry, fear, anxiety. They felt trapped. They felt like a prisoner. Like there was no way out, like there was no solution to the problem. With that being reversed, they're getting out of their head because, anxiety is caused by fear, and fear is like something we impose upon ourselves more often than not. Obviously, if you're walking down an alleyway, you're going to have fear because genuinely there's a high chance that something bad is going to happen. It doesn't mean that it's going to. But if you're in a fear mindset, a fear mindset over love and what coming together with someone would mean, or returning someone's life would mean, that's kind of like, that could be 100% your own anxieties and fears that are unfounded, or they could be justified based on how things were left. But sometimes people just don't feel, they feel inadequate, or they're not sure if someone would want to hear from them. So you either get really in their head, or they don't know what everyone's going to think about it, so they get really in their head. This person's not in their head anymore. I don't know whether it's you or them. You don't seem to be in your head though. Like, they're the one that's questioning whether something's a good idea or not. Neither of you want drama. You're not in your head anymore. You look quite contented single. I'm sure your last reading was about like giving someone a chance despite them being younger or less mature, or you're giving them a chance to step up and not worrying about what other people think. I'm sure that was your last one. The Two of Swords upright is, it's someone who's like closed off, like they don't want to deal with this right now. That's quite, it doesn't really, what have they got reservations over? Because I tell you what's weird is there's no knights, and this is a love reading. So a knight or a page, they're people that, pages are curious, they want to gather information, there's an intention of, you know, looking for someone to ask out. A knight is someone who's making moves, like inviting someone on dates, actively dating, actively in pursuit. No one's in pursuit here. You know, kings and queens are very still. It's bizarre. What are their reservations? Because they're wondering if something is a good idea or not. They could be a Taurus, they don't have to be. Escape. Love is an emotional escape for you. Be sure you are getting involved for the right reasons. I mean, as I said before, you're showing up as a Queen of Wands, so you're showing up as very attractive, very fiery, confident. I think they're worried that they're in this for like passion reasons, and maybe that's not super sensible. Vicious circle, pattern of relationship issues, bad habits, and no-win situation. This person's been burned before, and it's meant that they're very unconfident when it comes to taking a chance on love. They've been mistreated before. Now this one, late bloomer. This one was selected as well, even though it's face down. Age gap or immature attitude, out of sync, needs more time. This person's a bit of a late bloomer, so they may not be financially secure, or they could have never lived out of home. They could be someone that's been footloose and fancy free. They could have lived all over the world and they've never settled. Maybe they've never been married, you know, like the eternal bachelor or whatever the female version is. Bit of a free spirit. I mean, if every time you sweep down to the ground and your feet touch the ground, you know, you got a snake's bite in your legs, you're gonna fly back up again, aren't you? So I don't blame this person. I don't blame them. Um, I'm not going to reply to your questions. You need to know that you've come into a collective reading, and I do readings for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So you are supposed to watch your sign, or you're supposed to watch the sign of the person that you have questions about. You're not supposed to put questions in the chat. It's chat so you can talk to me and interact with me while I do your reading. If you're looking for a live Q&A, you need to click on readings where it's got in the title live Q&A, and you would need to pay for those questions to be answered. No one does it for free. Let's get some more answers about why this person. So they could be younger. They don't have to be. They could just be someone that's not used to being settled, or they've got a bit of a track record. Just because you haven't settled doesn't mean you never wanted to. You know, I think that's like judgment that people place on others sometimes. But what if you've invested in the wrong people? Do you know what I mean? In a compass. Oh, I don't know why I turned that round. It was this way, wasn't it? Soul's compass. Let intuition guide your steps, illuminating the life path meant for you. Laid to rest, let go of lingering disputes and make peace together. Icy goodbyes, laid to rest, let go of lingering disputes. Have you fallen out with this person? I hate nothing about you. Ooh, you got a stalker. Let's get the unspoken truth. Losing you taught me love isn't about possession. See, I usually get that one when someone's been avoiding, or they're taken and you're the third party, you're the other man, the other woman. But I don't get that they're, unless previously they were taken and that's when you guys met and you were the other man or the other woman. But it could just be an avoidant based off the fact they're a late bloomer, based off the fact that they've had their fingers burnt quite a few times. They could have like previously refused to commit, and you've got too many responsibilities to be running around putting up with, you know, people that don't know what they want. Let's get a new contact message. I'm sorry. I hate how much I've hurt you. I'm so sorry for all the pain I've caused. You didn't deserve any of it. You hurt me. Everything that happened hurt me so much. I need more time to heal. Oh my God. So this is someone from the past. It's someone that messed you about. They could have breadcrumbed, they could have gaslit. They could have been really avoidant, kept disappearing on you, and kept it purely physical. What I don't like is I'm not seeing, you know, like hermit energy or the 5 of cups, like grief, sadness, loss, regret. I'm not seeing like soulmate energy or someone that's like a page of cups, someone that wants to apologize. It's like someone's stalking you, but they're not really doing anything to Like, we haven't got any urgent message being delivered. We haven't got a confession. We haven't got, you know, clarity, a revelation. We haven't got hermit mode, isolating, healing. I don't see any kind of work being done here. I see denial, and I see someone with a lot of, like, strong emotions. They don't want drama, and they are sorry for what they did, but they feel like you hurt them as well. They definitely, like, try to play you. Okay, there's our Ace of Swords, which is a confession, a truth, major clarity, a major revelation. What's the nature of this connection, please? Difficulties, jealousies from others may serve as obstacles to the success of this connection. Soulmate. Yes, this person is your soulmate. Your connection is sacred. This is a really bizarre one. Let's get confessions from them. I love the way you dress. I know I need to work on myself. I have trust issues from previous pain. Well, that fits with what came out before, doesn't it? Don't doubt it. Abundance. The chalice overflows with potential. Drink from it and prosper. I think someone, given a bit more time, and you're quite happy being single, someone's gonna... That Ace of Swords, don't doubt it. I'm sorry you hurt me. Difficulties. Soulmate, they're gonna realise that, like, you know, because they love the way that you dress. They know they've got, like, trust issues, and they duck out of stuff because they've been burnt previously. You know, and it's sort of like you freak out thinking that's going to happen again. But they're not going to be able to stay silent. Serenity. Find serenity in nature's embrace. Nature is your sanctuary. I mean, look at those chalices there. Like, those cups are overflowing. You are good, and that is very attractive to people. If you look like you're just doing great and you're coping with everything that's being thrown at you, you're managing to have fun and enjoy your life, people just, like, vibe off that. Like, they can't stay away, because that's, like, your sunshine's very attractive, like, your fire, your, like, spirit for life, like, your joie de vivre, like... Aries, Aries is very good for, like, planning fun stuff and, like, you know, you're very fun people to be around, and you love like planning and doing stuff, and you're very active like in your social life and entertainment wise, as well as work. You like work hard, play hard, don't you? And I just think you're not boring. Like, you're not boring people. People want to be on that ride. Like, when is Aries gonna hear from this person? Because they're showing up as a soulmate, so next year. Oh, well, I would hope that if you do like this person, in the next few readings, we see them starting to go into hermit mode, starting to do shadow work. You know, if they need to go to the doctors, if they need to have counselling, if they need to watch tarot, if they need to speak to people about what they've gone through and what they think this means to them, like this connection, you know, finding you. And I hope that they do some soul searching. I hope that they isolate, and I would like to see some contemplation about next year's not far away, guys. Like, it's October. It's wild, isn't it? Like, it's October. In 2 months, it's going to be next year. So I don't know when abouts next year, but it depends on this person and how they develop themselves, you know. I wonder if there's someone that you work with, because they're like, I love how you dress, or they don't have to be. But it's like they can't keep themselves away from you. Or maybe you're like used to having very passionate like hookups. And you get really dressed up when you do see them. Like, I don't know. Love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. They've played this down. They've tried to like keep it on the DL, or they've tried to like, you know, say I love you with a little L, or like they've tried to be like cool about things, whether they're a guy or a girl. They're actually so into you. They're actually so into you. I think it's like alarming them. Unlimited. I create my reality with the thoughts I think and things I focus on. I am unlimited in my ability to create a beautiful life full of good and love. Yeah, so like you're happy, you're easy, like you're sitting pretty, you're doing well, you feel good, you look great, you're a winner. You're a winner, Aries. So as long as you are making moves like that, you're going to be so attractive to this person and other people as well. Let's get you some good fortune cards, although I feel like I don't need to right now. I feel like you're walking on air a little bit, walking on water. We've got loads, look. A powerful transformation is in store. Embrace it. A hidden talent will bring you great success. A powerful spell will bring you what you desire. The magic within you is growing stronger. Use it wisely. Aries. See, I was thinking like maybe something you do, like some sort of practical work is going to show up to be a talent, but This is looking more... The magic within you is great. Well, it basically looks like you're the magician right now. And anything that you want for yourself, you can have it. Your life's going to transform significantly over the next few months. A hidden talent will bring you great success. A powerful spell will bring you what you desire. Manifest, okay? Like, if you haven't done this before, make sure you ask out loud and say, Spirit, this is what I'd really like for myself. If there's a business idea you've got, if there's a relocation you'd really like to go for, if you really want love, picture yourself like in that place with that person. We can't make a specific person be with us. That's not okay. But you can ask for someone with the qualities that you're looking for, the non-negotiables. Even if there's a person that you've got on your mind, you can say, if we are supposed to be together, please make it so. And it'll just make it very clear to your spirit team what it is that you really want for yourself next. Make sure you do that, because you're kind of flying high at the moment, which means when you feel abundant and successful and you're full of gratitude, you're very well placed to put in your order for what it is that you want for yourself next. This is a really good time for you to manifest. Let's get you an angel number. Oh my god, that's so weird. 1111 is the make a wish and it'll come true. I was just gonna say, like, you should be manifesting what you want right now, and when you say 1111, you're gonna start saying this a few times over the next few weeks. As soon as you glance at the computer or you glance at the clock in your car, or I don't know, on your phone, if it's on 1111, you need to ask for what you want, and like, you don't know how long that's going to be up for, right? You've got 60 seconds, so there's nothing better for giving you clarity, because you're like, I need to do this now. Like, what is the main thing that I want right now? And you ask for it. Okay. This is really exciting. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It's not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. Oh my god. Right, I'm just going to put people in timeout if they're spamming the chat with questions, because this isn't a live Q&A. There's so many people just putting in personal questions, and it's called Collective Readings by Zodiac Sign. Wow. I'm gonna call this The Alchemist. And I'm gonna put I'm likely to be more busy this week because I'll be starting work soon. I keep saying that, don't I? But I will. Okay, so let's get this tidied up. That's your reading, Aries. I hope you enjoyed it. It was excessively positive. Please give it a like. Very important to help me get recognised for doing good readings that are making people happy. If you don't give it a like, it doesn't go into the algorithm, and YouTube thinks that you're not enjoying the readings, so that it won't suggest me to anyone else. So it's all right if you've forgotten to do it, but can you please do it now? Really, really helps. It's essential, in fact. Oh, where's that card just gone? There we go. Also, if anyone thinks this was a great reading, please hype the channel. It's supposed to help like new creators, and this channel's like a year and a couple of months old, and we are doing very well, but every little helps. So yeah, please hype me up. You get 3 hypes a week. It costs you nothing. So pick me, please. Really appreciate. I've seen some people reposting. It lets me know when I've been shared and posted on other platforms, and when you subscribe, I check everything. Lovely feedback as well. On TikTok, I allow feedback because 99 times out of 100, it's really, really nice. Don't forget, you can order a personal reading. That's very, very long, very detailed, just for you. Sometimes I throw in different oracle decks because I try to get as much for you as I can. As I say, I've done 4 different customers now, and everyone has said they're going to be getting regular readings because they just can't believe how much it resonates. They really appreciate the style with which I've done the reading, and yeah, they're just blown away, to be honest. So £18. You can private message me on TikTok, or you can email me on Gmail. The link to my PayPal's in the channel description. If you haven't got PayPal, I can send you my bank details, but do contact me and make sure that I'm aware you've put that money in. I tend to do the reading straight away. It's just the time that it takes for it to process. Like when it's uploaded onto YouTube, to be honest, it'll be a link that only you've got, to your video, so it's completely secure. Right, on to Taurus. Okay, spirit guides, the universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Taurus's highest good. How is Taurus feeling in the second week of October 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Taurus is feeling, first of all. Okay, so Taurus, we've got a combination. We've got the Four of Cups reversed, the Ten of Swords upright, and the Six of Cups. Wow. I'm just processing this combination because it's very like positive, negative, positive. So let me just have a minute. I always read from the back. So the Four of Cups, if it were upright, is being closed off to love. That, you know, is in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, it's someone sat under a tree and another person is like putting their hand forward with a cup of emotion, and the person under the tree is like looking away with their eyes closed. They're like turned away, like rejecting it, not open to love. But that was reversed, so that's a positive reversal. That means that you're becoming open to love again. Now, the Ten of Swords, you've been through a lot of pain in your love life, Taurus. There's a sword going through the eye socket. There's one going through the pelvis. There's one going through the heart. There's one going through, you know, the feet, the arms, the back, the neck, everywhere. Like, there's swords to spare as well. Just broken bones, like carnage. The good news is 10 is the most pain anyone can handle, and then it has to reset back to 0. So the next number I'd expect is 0, which is the Fool, being willing to take a leap of faith. And that's towards a soulmate. The Six of Cups is a soulmate card, okay? The four-leafed clover is very lucky. When you meet someone that you fall in love with and you are able to make many years of happy memories together, that's a soulmate, okay? It's someone special. I think you've loved and lost a lot of people, but I think you're looking for your next soulmate. I don't think you're looking for your next lay. You're looking for a soulmate, and you're prepared to put yourself out there despite, you know, despite what's gone down, despite whatever your previous whatever your previous is. You're like, okay, I'm like strong enough, I'm ready to go again. You're the hopeless romantic. Welcome into the chat, by the way. We're on Taurus. I've finished the Aries reading for this week. The Knight of Swords reversed. There's something that you really want to say to someone, Taurus, and you're not doing it. A knight is someone that moves, and the Knight of Swords moves very, very quickly. It's urgent, okay? Swords are communication. This person's armoured up. They're prepared to, like, take whatever is said back to them. They're prepared to, like, cut through any obstacles, you know, cut through the thorns, cut through blizzards, you know, like over mountains, like whatever it takes. This person traveling over the ocean. There's feathers fluttering down, the hair's flying in the wind, she's armoured up. Knights move, okay? And this person's trying to deliver a message so quickly with haste, they can't wait to get it off their chest. You feel like that. You've got something you want to say, but you're not doing it. You're going the other way. You're keeping stum about something, and maybe it's fear because of what's happened previously when you've opened up to people and said, I love you, because that's what that card is. That's being in love with someone and loving them unconditionally, wanting the best for them no matter what, feeling like they're home when you're with them. Someone you hold in high regard, like a family member, like equal to that level of importance. That card like ran away from me. It's the Judgment reverse. You're ignoring a call to action. Even though you've got feelings that you want to take a leap of faith with someone new, you're holding yourself back. You're keeping it quiet. You're keeping it to yourself. It's like insurance, yeah, because if you don't put yourself out there, you can't get hurt, right? Not saying you're not getting involved with people, not saying you're not enjoying hearing them tell you, like, I love you, or letting them show you that you're important to them. But you're holding this back as insurance. Speaking about this in your last reading, actually. The Judgment card is a call to act. We're trying to raise the dead, you know, the angels blowing the bugle. And there's all this emotion, like a tsunami of emotion. Clouds in the background. We've got the woods here, and it's like, come on, get through the obstacles, rise up, take action. And it's reversed. You've got like your hands over your ears, like la 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 la. Your heart's full, but your mouth is closed. You're like, I ain't telling anyone. I'm not telling that person that I am in love with them. Let's see how they're feeling then. How's Taurus's person feeling? The one that they're thinking about dealing with or manifesting in? Ooh, okay. Two of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Except they're in opposite positions and they came out as the challenge. When they land sideways on, that's the challenge. Now, the Six of Swords will be closure of a chapter, like moving on, leaving behind emotional baggage, negative thoughts, feelings, you know, hurt from the past. It would be leaving that behind. So let's look at it as if that's upright. The Two of Pentacles will be reversed, and that would be a lack of duality, a lack of reciprocity, a lack of balance, failure to make a choice, a decision. If we turn them around, that will be unfinished business and not moving on when it comes to balance, reciprocity, partnership. So they kind of mean the same thing, really, don't they? But that's the challenge. So I think your person's got some emotional baggage when it comes to a situation where there was a lack of reciprocity, and that could be an ex. Or it could be to do with the two of you. Let's get two more for that. The Strength reverse. They're feeling really like having emotional outbursts or mood swings. Sometimes they feel okay, sometimes they feel fine, and other times they feel distressed. They could at times feel guilty or depressed. At times they could feel excited, okay, but they're not managing their emotions very well. They could be grieving. The Strength card is the major arcana for Leo, and it's about there being a need to be emotionally strong. You see all the mountains there? When I used to fly to Italy, I'd fly over the Alps, and the mountains are like that. They're so treacherous. There's so much like topography going on there, like geographical like differences, you know, in the terrain. It's so mountainous, it's so challenging, it's so dramatic, and the sun's trying to rise up behind it, and there's a need to like see through these challenges, these obstacles, and this person's like, I can't do it. I can't do that. If things have been quite good between you and this person, maybe they feel like that about the past, or they just feel like their life is like that at the moment. Let's get another one for them. Don't worry, like, we will clarify. I sort of ask questions and then the spirit will guide me, you know, in the direction that I need to go. Right, we've got a combination. The Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. I'm just going to plug my charger in. Hang on. Okay. So the Seven of Pentacles, well, it's two sevens here, isn't it? The Seven of Pentacles is a reflective energy. Sevens are reflective numbers. It's taking stock. It's having a think about how things have gone. Looking back at the past, looking at the future, like, has enough been achieved? Has enough been cultivated in terms of time, money, and energy? The Seven of Cups, if that was upright, would be being at a crossroads. And it's like a blank canvas. So sometimes people feel like they're at a crossroads from within inside a marriage or a relationship. Sometimes they feel like that once a relationship's ended. But it's like, what do I want on my picture? What am I going to paint? What's my like future? Okay, and there's different things in each of these cups. It's like a daydreaming kind of energy. When it's reversed, it's like crossing over from daydreaming into kind of fantasizing and like delusion. Like, we're spending so much time in this vibe that it's almost like we're doing that more than we're living in our reality. And sometimes you do that because you're not comfortable with your reality. You know, if you're intensely lonely, you kind of want to daydream about the person you want rather than sit in the loneliness. Or, you know, if you're between jobs, you kind of want to distract yourself rather than constantly thinking about the fact you're between jobs. It's like we crossed over into fantasy and delusion now because we're not really comfortable with where things currently are. They're very emotional. There's a lot of reflection going on. And there's a lot of concern about closure and there being a lack of reciprocity. So let's get 3 for the outcome. These are collective readings by zodiac sign. I've said it lots of times. If you're looking for a live Q&A, you need to go to a channel where you can ask your questions and get answers straight away. These are collective readings by zodiac sign, so you follow your sign and or your person's sign, and you get the long-term narrative and you follow that regularly, and that will answer your questions I can't do live Q&As until I've got enough watch hours. Or you can pay for a personal reading. Then you know it's your story, it's your energy, and you get loads of answers that you definitely know are specific, you know, to you and your person and your situation. I think people don't understand English that well, and they're just putting in their questions anyway. So I'm not going to get mad about it. Hopefully they'll realise afterwards when they see the subtitles, the translations. Right, let's concentrate because it's not going to come out. I'm undistracted. 3 cards for the outcome. As soon as I get focus back in, the cards come out. The King of Wands reversed with the 9 of Cups reversed. Someone feels disempowered. The King of Wands. I don't know if that's you or them. It's fire energy. It's making someone feel really like unhappy within themselves, like this situation. If these were upright, it'd be someone who feels confident, assertive, in control, like they plan, they act, and they make it so, and it's satisfying, and they do that again, and it's just like a winner kind of energy. Kings sit still in their power. They're like masculine, they're authoritative. And then that would be very satisfying, you know? When you feel in control, you feel satisfied, you feel confident, you feel like, yeah, I can get whatever it is that I want. That's reversed. So someone does not feel like they can get what they want and it's making them unhappy. I mean, bearing in mind, it could be you. Bearing in mind, they've got the strength reversed. They're not feeling emotionally strong right now. You know what you want, right? You know what you want, but you're not going to put yourself out there and say it. This person feels emotionally like unstable. It's to do with something that's gone on in the past where there was a lack of reciprocity. And that could be to do with you not being open enough, or it could be to do with their individual past. Do you get me? But they're fantasizing about like how to build their kind of future. And then it could be one of you or both of you feels like you can't get what you want. So let's get 2 more for the outcome. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups upright for the outcome is spectacular. 10 is a card of family. It's 2 people coming together. It's like happily ever after. Everyone's happy in that household. Maybe that person, whoever that is, you or them, feels unhappy, like, individually. I don't know. 10 of Cups upright for the outcomes, like smashing. Let's get 1 more for the outcome. It's a happily ever after card, whether there's kids or not. It's the 2 people living in a household being very, very happy together. And if there's kids, you know, then the kids are happy. If there's dogs, the dogs are happy. If there's cats, birds, crows, whatever, foxes. People have everything these days, don't they? Page of Cups reversed. Someone's not expressing emotions or apologising, whether it's like an apology or just expression of emotion. Someone's not doing it. What a weird set of cards. You're both freaks to some. Um, right, we're gonna need clarification here because that's just the weirdest set of cards. See how many cups there are in this reading? Cups, 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 cups. And then we've got some pentacles, some swords, but it's a lot of water. There's not a lot of fire and there's not a lot of communication. There's not a lot of action. It's just people feeling a load of stuff. Let's get a new contact message from your person. Father wounds. My father is a big influence on my behaviour now as an adult. I have challenges with connecting to the divine masculine energy within me and externally. I mean, divine masculine energy would be like, it would be this vibe, you know, like the head of a household, the head of a firm, or like just being able to act on what it is that you want, being able to be confident, assertive, to go for what you want. It's that masculine energy. Divine masculine, you know, it's very traditional in terms of outlook, but tarot is from like the Middle Ages. So divine masculine energy is like going after your divine feminine. It's taking charge, taking the lead, being confident, going after what you want. Interesting. What's the nature of this connection, please? Be honest. Heart-to-heart conversations are necessary. It is safe for you to talk about your feelings. Yeah, it's very difficult, isn't it, to understand where someone's coming from or their actions if you don't know why someone's doing what they're doing. You kind of won't know until you ask, really. I mean, they are telling us that they have like a strange kind of attachment to a parent, particularly a father. And this really, like, maybe they're fearful of what the father will think or do. Maybe they feel like the father has an issue with them, a lack of respect or trust or admiration, a lack of unconditional love. Maybe it feels like the love has, you know, stipulations like only if X, Y, and Z are fulfilled, you know, will there be kind of mutual respect, mutual admiration, forgiveness, whatever it is. It's a love that's conditional. And so it's making this person like second guess their own behaviours. Light. So for me, like this card is about gaining clarity or things being brought to the surface, things being illuminated. You know, what's not kind of understood is going to become clear. So possibly that is through communication. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It's very much about this. You know, it's hard for you because you're like really in a defensive state and kind of not prepared to put yourself out there. But then here we've got this like extremely vulnerable person who's got serious baggage, doubting themselves. So if you're uncommunicative, and they're not feeling emotionally strong to communicate, it's at a standstill, isn't it? Let's get confessions from them. And they could be male or female, but the divine masculine is about being able to take leadership, to have authority and be assertive over your own life decisions, okay? I talk to my friends about you. That's cute. So obviously very important. I feel insecure around you. They worry what you think about them. Maybe they worry that they're not showing up as someone who's confident and in control of their own destiny. You know, like when you're majestic, you're kind of like galloping along on a horse and you're like in control and you're going for your destiny and you're like, you know what you want and you make it happen. Like they want you to view them like that, but they don't feel like that inside, not at the moment. And maybe they've never felt like that. There's a lot of insecurity there, and it's to do with their childhood and young adulthood. It's to do with their relationship with their father. Okay, if you don't feel like your own father really likes you or really sees you as a proper man or someone who's properly in control of their own life, you know, that does affect you like massively. It depends what that father's character is like, isn't it? Because maybe they've said words that are particularly hurtful in the past that you think have been forgotten or it's fallen on deaf ears. Maybe it should never have been said. You don't know what the personality of that father is. They could be a hothead or someone who's really traditional, someone who's old-fashioned. That would be very, you know, very individual. They don't feel like they're good enough for you. This person putting a lot of pressure on themselves. I talk to my friends about you. You're very important to this person, so don't think that you're not, because they wouldn't talk to their friends about you if you weren't like the biggest thing going on in their life right now. People do that because they're like, oh my God, this is my person. Or, oh my God, I really think this person's so special. Or, oh my God, I don't want to screw this up. You know, people talk to their friends about you because they want people to know what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and like they want advice, they want reassurance, they want people to be excited the way that they are. Like, don't think that this person doesn't care about you. Let's try and get some more clarity. What's the Six of Swords about? The like emotional baggage and lack of reciprocity. Escape. Love is an emotional escape for you. Be sure you are getting involved for the right reasons. So in the past, they might have treated you like entertainment for themselves, like distraction, like excitement. You know, they might have some like guilt over that, because they might realize like you're actually really special, and the way they treated you was like a coping mechanism for like the pain they were feeling at the time. That's actually helped a lot, because I don't know what that was about. They felt like a lack of reciprocity from you, but I think they're embarrassed about their own behaviour in the past. Fluttering heart, your passion leads you to the love you desire. So that's not really the case that, you know, they kind of met you, had a passionate time with you, probably lots of times, because it made them feel happy in the moment. It helped to distract them and turn their mood around. It's not really the case that that was like a bad thing, because they've kind of found love with you by doing that. So much so that they fantasize about the future. But it's like they don't feel like the best version of themselves. Like they feel weak. They feel like they wouldn't be able to stand up as like good enough for you, kind of thing. Like they don't feel like the best version of themselves in terms of pride, ego, you know, the way they would like to be presenting themselves to you. They're not that at the moment. They feel lesser, you know, than what they would like to. Oh, you could be an Aries cusper. Are you late on in Aries season? Investigating. They could be trying to get information, like little updates on you. You know, say if like they feel like they wouldn't be good company right now, they still kind of want to see if there's any photos of you anywhere, or see if you've posted anything, or, you know, get some information on you. Looking for status updates, like anything, just to like have a little check, or a little check in without being seen, kind of thing. There isn't a list, David, unless unless you mean you want a personal reading. People throwing questions in, but I'm not answering questions in this. This is collective readings by zodiac sign. I'll start to do live Q&As when I've got enough watch hours, but I don't have enough watch hours at the moment. Every person who leaves takes away something you no longer need. It's very heavy, this, isn't it? What a heavy reading. Every person who leaves takes away something you no longer need. I feel insecure around you. I talk to my friends, but you're both hella insecure. And you're like obsessed with each other. What are we gonna do with you? Like bang your heads together? It's the blind leading the blind. Like just put your hands on their shoulders, and we'll just do that with the next person and the next person. I might just call this one there needs to be. Do you know what's really sad? It's like It's like when you sit by the window and you stare out at the night sky and you feel so isolated and so alone, and you're sort of deep in your thoughts. But it's like as if you two are both doing that right now and you're in the same room. And it's like if you actually turn around and spoke to each other, you wouldn't be isolated and alone, and you'd actually be able to like come together and support each other. And I think it would make things a lot stronger. But then it's hard to stop patterns like this, isn't it? It's easy to say it, but when we're doing behaviours like this and we're closing ourselves off and we're being defensive and we're not willing to put ourselves out there in case we get rejected or we don't measure up or something like this, that comes from experience. Things have happened in each of your lives that mean you've started to do that. It's not that you're just born that way. No one's born that way. It's from trauma. So trauma sounds like really dramatic, but basically when certain things happen, when you get the same outcomes enough times, that's just basically indicating to you like it isn't safe to do that. If you get rejected enough times, or if a relationship falls through enough times, or someone uses your vulnerability against you enough times, you learn to stop doing it. You learn to stop making yourself vulnerable. And it's just a matter of trends and patterns, isn't it? It's not really, you don't have to be like deeply, deeply disturbed. It's just fundamentally, if a pattern keeps happening, you're going to respond to that. You're going to notice the trend and you're going to adjust your behavior accordingly, because that's just survival. It's kind of sad, like, but it's ringing bells. um, Having said all that, what this card says to me is good riddance to bad rubbish. If someone previously scolded you for being emotional, if someone scolded you or used it against you for being vulnerable or putting yourself out there, shame on them. And they're not here anymore. So you can't kind of assume that you are never going to open up to anyone ever again, because they're going to do the same thing. Those people are fucked off out of your life. And there's reasons for that, because they weren't good enough for you and they weren't supposed to be with you. They weren't healthy enough to be with you. If someone's going to take advantage of a person that's just being authentic and being honest and open, then they didn't get to keep you for good reason, or they didn't see what you were worth for good reason, because they're not supposed to be with you. But it's very difficult to, I find that as a Taurus, I don't know if it's because I'm Taurus or Taurus with Libra moon, or I am just emotionally damaged, but I find that I constantly think about the past, and maybe this person does that. It's really hard to get out of it, because things that people say or the way they look at you just haunts you. It's very, very difficult to let go. It's like we're constantly picking up all the leaves from around the bottom of that tree and trying to put them back on the tree, isn't it? It's like that is trauma. So it's not meant to go back on the tree. We're not meant to hold on to the cycle. We're supposed to like let that person walk away and, kick the leaves at them. That's the go. But I don't know, maybe it's because I'm an empath. I don't know why I do that, but I constantly like grieve, I suppose is the word, grieve for the past, even if I think they're a plonker now. It still pisses me off, the fact that I got hurt. Look. Stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. So it does like ring true for me that like often the way stuff happens has a profound like shock and trauma of its own, isn't it? It's how stuff happens. Like someone, I won't name names, but they literally like promised to spend the rest of their life with me. Like everything that we did was constantly talk about the future. You know, the relationship seemed to be great. We were a few years into it. We were on track to sort of be engaged, have a child, stuff like this. You know, me got on a mortgage. He was buying me loads of presents for Christmas. Showered me with gifts, very romantic. And then we went away on holiday for Christmas with his family, and we ended up, he broke up with me. He gave me a big ultimatum and said that, you know, this is what he was going to do, and he was going to move to the States. And he didn't say, and I want you to come with me. It was just like, and I'm going to move to the States. And we were sat in Starbucks in New York, and I was just like, I couldn't speak. I was just like, what on earth? And I knew something was up, 'cause it was dead weird when we were in the hotel room beforehand, and he didn't want to go anywhere. And I was like, I don't understand why he's being like quiet and weird. Like, we're in New York, let's go and sightsee and shit. So he was not a quiet person. If you're not able to understand my accent, then go to another channel, because I am speaking in my language and I am not changing my voice for you. That is so incredibly rude. Go and find someone who speaks with your accent if that's what you feel like you need, or an accent that you vibe with, but don't tell me to change mine. Fucking hell. People are just absolute wank, aren't they? Then, when we got back, he was like, I've been thinking about this for like 6 months. And I was like, I felt so betrayed, because the guy had like literally, I don't know if he said that to hurt me. I don't know if he was thinking like that. But if he was, then he was obviously capable of just dropping someone just like that. He was obviously capable of just changing the plan. Just change it up, change the person, change the plan. Who cares? Like, you know, that's like sociopathic behavior. How are you not understanding how strange that is? Like, because you've actively been doing things that, you know, he went and like discovered his dad's side of the family in another continent and asked me to go with him in that 6-month period that he said he was feeling like he didn't want to be with me. Just so happened that I'd had a career wobble and wasn't earning as much money as he thought I would be. And, you know, suddenly it was like, oh, well, I don't think we're on the right, you know, and it's like, what? Sorry, but like I am distressed by the past. The golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. So, yeah, patterns of being over the top romantic, but also patterns of cutting and running, you know, or saying nasty things to try and manipulate you to do like, you can't even do this, you can't even do that. You're this, you're that. You're selfish, you're like, you know, not going anywhere. Like the capability of being really nasty and really dark, emotionally abusive, very selfish. Hi, welcome into the chat. Not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. I think you've both had trauma. You've both had trauma. There's a lack of confidence due to what's gone on in the past, and that stands for both of you. And what it does is it causes both of you to shut down. You're keeping your cards close to your chest as insurance. They're doubting themselves. They're recognising behaviours that they've got, and they recognise that they've got someone really important in front of them. Important enough to be talking to their friends about it. Okay. Right. I'm just wondering about advice for this. I am wondering about advice. Just trying to think about the decks that I've got. Tell you what. This is a relationship deck. This is relationship advice for people who are already, seeing each other. Release the burdens of the past, let love fly free. Could that be any more perfect, guys? Like, it's the same thing in each of these. Look, you have to let the leaves drop. You have to let the doves fly. You have to stop trying to control everything or worry about everything or doubt yourself. Stop it. And that goes for both of you. I'm telling off you, and I'm telling off you. It's insecurity is just going out of control. Okay, so just stop it, basically. Think about, I'll give you my advice now, okay? Think about all the things you really like about this person. And if you're the cross watcher, think about all the things you really like about this person. What's sexy about them? What's cute about them? What do you admire about their personality? How do you picture the future with this person? Like, what makes you happy when you think about living with them or making a life with them? What makes you happy? Think about all of that, okay? And do what you normally do. If you're dating someone, you ask them out, you create memories together, you spend time together, you open up with each other when it feels right to. Do that, okay? And you raise your vibration. Take a deep breath. Release anywhere in your body that's got tension. Say positive affirmations. I want love, I deserve love, and I will have love. Okay. Ask your angels for help. Ask them to, heal this heart that's burdened by horrible memories of the past, and to, heal your heart chakra. Who are the angels that deal with your heart chakra? Hang on a sec. Because that'll be getting all clogged up. If any of your connections are toxic or cause you ill will feelings, then this breaks your heart chakra. An ex-lover has pulled a number on you, leaving you saddened. You move through all of the various states of emotion, from depression to anger to revenge. All of those states of emotion, while a natural reaction to having a love relationship end, also muddies up your heart chakra. This blocks love from coming in. The heart chakra is connected to issues with all relationships, from love, personal, business, to your negative states of emotion. When you cut off love and do not allow love in for fear of getting hurt or any other reason, then you clog up the heart chakra. Ways to clean and clear the heart chakra is to remember to get back to that place where you can love again. When you forgive a partner, you begin the process of cleaning the heart chakra. Perhaps they cheated on you or were abusive, both of which are difficult to forgive or forget. Regardless, in order to clear the heart chakra of toxic debris, you must reach that place where you forgive them for yourself and for your own benefit. You say, what you did to me was not cool, but I forgive you so that I don't, so that I don't have to carry this pain anymore. And now I release you from my aura permanently. I need to do that. I actually really need to do that. I need like a whole evening. What you did to me was not cool, but I forgive you so that I don't have to carry this pain anymore. And now I release you from my aura permanently. The heart chakra is also connected to your clairsentience. Having a strong heart chakra awakens your clairsentience. This is your psychic feeling sense. Activate your heart chakra by lifting your emotions and feelings to that of love, joy, and peace. This will bring you on a crystal clear communication line with heaven through clairsentience. Those with a strong heart chakra are warm, friendly, and open. They hold no judgment or criticism. Like the previous chakra, you can likely guess that all of those who think or post negative words and comments online have a dirty heart chakra as well. Other ways to awaken your heart chakra are through having a healthy, loving relationship or by expressing kind words to those around you. Yes, you can like compliment people, and make them feel good, and that lifts you up. And it's just about being like giving and receiving like nice energy, thinking nice thoughts. Do you know what I mean? Do things that give you a euphoric, happy feeling of love, things like charity work, giving, even if you haven't got time to go, if you've got money to go, if you've got something, everyone can give a little bit of something. Okay. Love all that you are inside and out. Love your body. Like, don't say negative things to yourself when you look in the mirror and be like, oh God, look at that tummy that hangs down like I do. Or, oh my God, my ankles are fat today because I've been sat all day doing readings. Say nice things like, do you know what? I've got really nice hair, or like, I've got a tummy and I'm still attractive to people. Like, I deserve to like eat. I deserve to like look like a Renaissance cherub. Which will always be in style, in fashion. Radiating heart chakra is especially vital to your overall health and well-being. Archangel Raphael, Archangel Haniel, or Archangel Samuel are the hierarchy angels to call on to assist you with your heart chakra. They work with you on matters of love, healing, emotions, and attracting in high vibration connections. I mean, if you want this book, it's by Kevin Hunter. It teaches you about the 4 psychic clairsenses. It teaches you about all the chakras, what they're responsible for, and which angels you can ask for help from. Because I do think that I do feel like someone said to me, you need like trauma counselling or something. Do you feel like some stuff is really, yeah, it cuts deep, and you don't ever really like heal those wounds, you've got scars, so maybe we're picking the wounds open, I don't know, rubbing salt in them, so I think we need to like let that heal once and for all. It's funny, that particular person, years later, I was so angry and so hurt for so long. And then years later, we drove past each other and we sort of grinned and looked at each other, and it was like we'd said all like proper nasty things to each other at the end because we were so like hurt by each other. But then that day that we grinned at each other, it was only like a couple of seconds, but it was like, that was silly, wasn't it? You know what I mean? It was a bit like suddenly I was absolved of like, because he's got serious trauma from his childhood, and he's been operated by his mum. And he told me like, why doesn't my mum love me and stuff like that, and the reason he wanted to move to the States, really sad, right, was to be with her. And I think that's why it kind of got to me, but I also I would never want him to be unhappy, because I'm not a bad, horrible person. Like, I loved him. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wanted him to understand that one is love and one isn't. But he chose the one that wasn't really love. Like, he chose her even though she doesn't love him, and he knows that, really. But it's like, the problems are bigger than me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't fix it. So I think that's why it's quite difficult to get past. I'm sure there's a lot of people dealing with stuff like that. That's why I do tarot, really, because I do need to talk about the stuff that I've been through. I don't know. It's a funny world, isn't it? Anyway, you're making new routines for yourself. You accept that, some things are bigger than you, some things you can't fix. You can't make someone be with you, and you let them learn for themselves, But I just think on both sides there's been trauma here. With childhood, with past loves, either or both. I'm just having a look to see what cards I need to get next. I am going to do that ritual later. I'm going to say that sentence out loud. I'm going to concentrate on the person that I need to do that for. And I'm going to stop worrying about this, current situation. Because I think it's self-imposed to a degree. It's not 100% because I'm responding to how my person's being, but we're both doing that. So if we both, rein it in, things can, calm down again, can't they? If I raise my vibrations, that can only help. Transformation is brewing. Embrace change and harness its magic. I mean, that's perfect. Perfect. How scouse was that? It's perfect. I can make it more scouse if you want. Try to tone it down. Let it go. Oh my God, guys, come on. Come on now. Behave yourselves. You've got to give this a like. Spirits all over this. I'm going to get us mindful messages. Squashing my cards. New adventures. Today, I open myself up to new adventures. I go out and do something I've been holding back from. I move through the fear rather than let it control me. I trust my intuition and follow my desires. I trust my intuition. Trust, having faith, believing. Okay, wish upon a star, however you want to put it. Dreams do come true. You are enough, this is going to be okay. You both need that. You both need that. Is there anything else I can give you? Because I just feel like you're going through it at the moment. Before we look at that, I'm going to get you I'm going to get you a chakra and universe card, seeing as we've highlighted the heart chakra being on its arse at the moment. Moonstone. Moonstone is it's for working on courage and vitality. It's like the solar plexus there. That goes, doesn't it? Because that's what we need to feel confident. To be able to, like, you know, rise to the challenge. Let me just see if we've got Moonstone, and then I'll get that good fortune card. I was going to shuffle them, and then I realised, like, I need to actually look at them. Find the right one. What a dope. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing negative self-talk. I'm only joking. Who's seen that meme? I'm serious. I'm serious. Scouse lad. Moonstone, is it here? There it is. So that's lovely Moonstone. What it is, a shimmering protective talisman for travellers since way back. Moonstone is a dreamy white to peach-hued feldspar mineral for gazers of sky and soul. Who needs it? All you earth goddesses out there. And the people you keep around who need to work on their empathy, patience, and intuition. Where to put it? On your bedside table, in your overnight bag with your passport and eye mask. When to use it? Under a new moon. Use it to set intentions that align with your purest, life-affirming, inner child nurturing calling. Under a full moon, Moonstone belongs in the bedroom or wherever you get down. Find your natural rhythm. Yeah, I like that because it's about, like, I've talked about this before when it comes to fear and anxiety. It's about reducing yourself back to just being of the earth, you know, like being an it rather than a who. Being like an organism or something that's just on the same magnetic field, same magnetic plane, the same frequency as the rest of the earth. Really try to, like, zone in, you know what I mean, and just let go of, like, negative thought patterns, worries, fears, doubts. We don't want, sometimes, you know, your mind is the master of the earth, and it's like a prison, isn't it? You know, like, I would love to just think less sometimes, so I think we've got to consciously, like, find our natural rhythm and stop going over the past, stop having negative self-talk. And it should help us to, like, clear the heart chakra as well. Bit of CBT. Okay, let's have a look at this now. This is a good fortune card. A powerful spell will bring you what you desire. So I believe that's like when you manifest, if you say 1111 and you ask for what you want, it'll come in. Okay, so embrace the future, think about the future, what it could be like. Let yourself be happy, let yourself be excited about this. It's not supposed to be prison. You know, it's not supposed to be grim. We're not supposed to live life miserably. So don't. Angel number, where are you? Here. God, I really needed this. I don't know about you. I was in a right funny mood this weekend. Starting fresh, 1313, encouragement, goals, foundations, creative ventures, communication. Step out of your comfort zone. You are about to create something meaningful. All your skills and talents will bring you auspicious profits. Build up your confidence and trust in your decisions. Oh my God, that actually goes with this so well. Let's put that one that side. Right, we're going to turn these around now. Okay, because this is how we should be. We're not self-deprecating, we're not putting ourselves down, we're not remembering all the shitty things people said to us. We're not doing it. Okay, because this is how we actually are. And this is how some people make us feel, and this is how the past can make us feel. True. Let it go. This is just so evocative, guys. It's just... And don't forget that in the outcome, we've got this. So stop doing that and turn it into that, please. Stop doing that and turn it into that, please. Just freaking water everywhere. Okay. Right, take care, Taurus. Go and do your homework. And I'll see you in the next one. Please give this reading a like, share, subscribe, support the channel, follow the channel, share the channel, hype the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, if you want a personal reading, it's £18. The link to my PayPal is in the channel description. You can send me a Gmail to chat with me and let me know that you'd like a personal reading. I have started an Instagram account, but I never tell anyone because I can't be arsed going around 3 platforms, but you could direct message me on there. You can also instant message me on TikTok. Because Gmail relies on me like kind of going in there and having a look where it'll show up as a notification on my phone if you instant message me on TikTok or on IG. So I shouldn't bash IG. But yeah, just like get in touch, tell me what your name is, tell me, you know, what you want to know, whether it's a love reading, a general life reading, past, present, future, or like if there's specific stuff about your person that you want to know, absolutely anything. The turnaround time is like 24 hours, so usually I do it sooner, but it just depends if I'm going to be back to work this week. Who knows? I need this CRB certificate to be done. Of course, the bank account is not cute at the moment. I think that's what's like making me a bit on edge. It's been nice being a sort of semi-lady of leisure, but can't afford to do that forever. Where have I put that deck of cards? That's so weird. Oh, they're over there. Okay, so we're going on to Gemini. I love this card. How cute is that? Sorry if you said hi and you've got lost amongst all the questions that people have been throwing in, but it's not a live question and answer session, so they're wasting their time doing that. So if you've been like, I've said hi and she's not acknowledged me, that's why, because I'm just getting flooded with people asking individual questions. These are collective readings by zodiac sign if you've just come in, so please don't put personal questions in the chat, they won't be answered. You can always ask for a personal reading. Otherwise, watch your sign, watch your person's sign, and then support the channel, and we'll get some live Q&As going when I've got 4,000 watch hours, because everyone seems to want it. It doesn't mean you're going to get the questions answered for free. You'd have to pay £10 for a question. Personally, I would pay £18 and get a 20 to 40 minute reading all about me, rather than just ask a question. It seems very restrictive. I'm giving these a good shuffle because that was heavy, that. I do apologise for my own energy and the Taurians out there with our dodgy previous. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Gemini's highest good. How is Gemini feeling in this second week of October 2025 with regards to when they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? Okay, so Gemini, there's a lack of closure when it comes to the past. With that Six of Swords reversed. If it was upright, you'd be moving on, you know, like not taking any emotional baggage with you, but it's reversed. So you're still caught up in the past. Unfinished business. Okay, it's to do with a family life. 10 of Cups. 6 of Pentacles. Fairness, balance, reciprocity. 9 of Cups upright. Self-satisfaction. Happy within ourselves. Feeling good. The Magician reversed. See, that was going great, and then we had the Magician reversed in combination with it. If the Magician was upright, I'd be like, oh my god, this person thinks that they can be really truly happy, they can have reciprocity and a happy family life with this, you know, person from the past. But as it stands, you don't feel like you can alchemize that, you don't feel like you can, you know, perform a miracle like that. The Hermit. The Hermit upright is the major arcana for Virgo. Virgo? Oh yeah. In the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool realises that the answers lie within him. Okay, so you can't really get the answers from someone else. You can't go, do you know what? If I got back with so-and-so, would it all work out? Would that be the right thing to do? Or am I ever going to have a happy family life with another person? They can't answer that. They don't know. They weren't in your relationship. And, you know, they won't know your person like you do. They won't know how you perform in a relationship, if you're open, if you're communicative, if you hold grudges, if you are, you know, someone that says things that are on the tip of your tongue, that lives to regret it. I don't know how you are in relationships. Other people certainly don't. Other people can't tell you if it's going to work out next time if you go back to this person. They can't tell you, if there's going to be someone in the future that you have a happy family life with, where you're going to be 100% content. You just have to do it. You just have to try. If you're wondering about this person from the past, get back with them. And if it works, you've got your answer. If it doesn't work, you've got your answer. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you can only really do it to know. Of course, if they don't want you back, then you're kind of wasting your time and you need to get over it. But if you know that they want you back and you just don't know whether to go there again, I would say that you're tempted to, because why are you thinking about it otherwise? Do you know what I mean? You know what you want really. You know what you want really. You're gonna have to go within and have a think about it, and maybe you have been doing that. Oh, I've messed them right up. I want to see them so I can refer back to them. Right, so you are isolating yourself, having a right good think about all of this. Let's have a look, see what they're feeling like, because I'm sure you want to know. Did something turn over then? Sometimes they turn over and they turn back again. Must have turned back again. Let's keep going. There we go. The Empress reversed. Okay. So this person is very high value. They don't feel high value at the moment. They are all four queens, okay? They are the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, meaning they're very responsible when it comes to money. They're very generous, nurturing. They are intelligent, patient, understanding, forgiving. They are someone who's ambitious, someone who goes for what they want, self-motivated. They are strategic. They like to gain the facts before they act. Is someone who could be middle-aged or older. Okay, the Empress is the highest status in the tarot deck. It can be a homeowner, it can be a bill payer, someone who has children, someone who has elderly parents or who is elderly. Is someone who's lived a lot of years and they've had to recreate and rebuild themselves as many times as they need to. Every time they've needed to, they've done it, because they attract abundance. It's not because they just sit on their arse and it comes to them, but they're able to reset, and keep, because what's within them is important, is valuable. So wherever they go, they are valuable, but they don't feel it. When the Empress is reversed, this person does not feel like an Empress because someone's not making them feel like an Empress. Okay, if they're not getting the attention from the person that they want, there could be 100, people queuing up to date this man or woman. But if it's not any of the people that they want, then they don't feel good. Okay, if there's a particular person that they want that person. I don't know why they're not feeling themselves. It could be financial, it could be emotional, it could be a bit of everything. They could be in grief. Let's see what else comes out for them. The Empress is the major arcana for Taurus, and for Libra, it's shared by both of them. So there could be a Taurus or a Libra, or they could have those in their chart somewhere. But they don't have to. The Devil with the Ace of Pentacles. Someone's obsessed with leveling up. And I'd say that they're already like... See, a level up like an Ace of Pentacles would be, it's something that you want. When it's an ace, it's being granted by the universe, and it's something you've worked hard for, something that you want. So it could be someone proposing, and that would be a level up within a relationship, and it would be financial, as well. Getting a mortgage on a house, buying your house outright, setting up a business. It's some sort of financial level up. There's like an attachment or an obsession to this. This is the major arcana for Capricorn, the Devil. But interestingly, the Devil, the Capricorn sign, is very much concerned with future progress, building, growth. Goats climb to the top. They will get to the top of the most treacherous, cliff sides, up the sides of dams. They will get to, victory. They will get to the top of the most dangerous precipice, preface. I think I was right with precipice. I'm gonna have to look that up. Preface is what's at the beginning of a book, unless it's got a double meaning. Turning back into an English teacher now, sorry. Someone find out for me, please. There's some sort of like, if it was an Ace of Pentacles by itself and it was upright, I'd say, oh, they've like just, got a promotion, or they've just got themselves a job, or they've had a tax refund, or they've just bought a house, or something like, something positive that means lots of money coming in. But with the Devil attached to it and the Devil's upright, it's like obsession or infatuation or codependency. Unless they're a Capricorn. Let's keep going. Hi, welcome into the chat. These are collective readings by zodiac sign. Please don't post questions into the chat. They won't be answered. If you're looking for a live Q&A, you need to go and find a reading that's called live Q&A. This ain't one of them. You watch the sign for you and the sign of your person, if you've got someone in mind, and you follow the narrative of what's going on with them. and it should answer your questions, to be fair, or you can ask for a personal reading. But I can't do live Q&As till I've got 4,000 watch hours. So my hands are tied. And by the way, when I can do live Q&As, it will be called live Q&A, and I won't be interrupting collective readings to pull cards for anyone, no matter how many times anyone asks. Because that is just, like, counterintuitive, counterproductive. It's not, that's not the purpose of a collective reading, to pull cards for individual people. That's the opposite. Queen of Swords reversed. I do feel like this is an ex, you know. They could have, it depends how long it's been since you've seen this person. Because I've recently done a reading for someone where it's 20 years gap. You know, so it's not often that comes to mind, but that could always be the case. But this looks to be like a divorce card. Hi, just my images. I'm on Gemini. I'm halfway through Gemini. Queen of Swords, when it's upright, is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. It's air energy, and it's about the truth, strategy, knowledge, research, communication. It's using intelligence and communicating it. When the swords are reversed, though, it could be that we're blocking someone, because a negative version of communication could be no communication, you know, blocking someone on text, blocking phone calls, blocking social media. Or it could be that we're using our silver tongue to manipulate someone or lie to someone or say nasty things, like outright nasty things to someone. So the Queen of Swords reverse to me is like a divorce card, or it's someone that's very angry or manipulative. And if you look at the Empress and you look at the fact there's a devil attached to this, like, level up or desire, you know, for some sort of financial, it's like, you know, it could be like a workaholic, or it could be someone who's a user when it comes to money, or it could be someone who's addicted to gambling. I'll continue to clarify, but it could be an ex that's, you know, been apart from you for many years and they've just got a divorce. But this is, to me, like, this is like quite a recent timeline, and then the outcome is like how things are this week. Could be something that happened years ago. What will be the outcome? What's the energy like this week? Someone's going to leave the relationship. Someone's going to walk away. 8 of Cups. I mean, they're the one with the divorce card. Is there like, is there like an obsession with getting like custody? Or like having, you know, like the house or something like this? Because this could be assets. Like the car, the house. It's like a nasty energy, like. Oh, I don't know, I've put them back. We need 2 more, don't we? It looks like a divorce reading, guys. Oh my God, we've got the Emperor. The Emperor and the Empress. Divine counterparts, both reversed. There's definitely a divorce reading. I just don't know if it's recently happened or it's been going on for years. You know, maybe you just can't agree on how to divide assets or like how to do custody, or they're dragging it out. Because you're kind of like looking for fairness and things to be equal, and you just want to be happy within yourself, but you don't feel like that's possible. And they're kind of like, there's something unhealthy to do with like money or assets, or so obviously like a lack of reciprocity, a lack of balance, like something that's unfair. Like they want something unfairly weighted to suit them. We need one more, don't we, for the out? I can't believe we got an Emperor and an Empress. Don't worry, I will get messages from them now, clarify. And find out what's going on. Ooh, Ten of Swords, end of a cycle. Maybe the divorce is going to be finalised. Maybe that's the outcome. Maybe everything will be tied up, because this is like the end of a cycle, and it's been a very painful one. Some people refuse to sign the documents, don't they? They refuse to actually divorce, like they won't sign the paperwork. So maybe you'll get someone signing. That's just an option though. Let's get a no contact message, because this looks hostile beyond belief. This isn't goodbye. I don't want to walk away, but it's what's best for me and us right now. This isn't goodbye. We will be together again soon. What? So they're the one that's leading this separation and or divorce. You're both either middle-aged or older, I would say, or you have a lot of responsibility. Like you're running separate households, or maybe they've got to leave for work. And so, yeah, maybe they're like someone who's really career focused and they've been given an opportunity, which means they have to go. Because they don't look like they want to leave, but it's their fault that it's over. You're so smart. We've got two here. Your intellect really turns me on. You're so smart and I really enjoy our conversations. Well, that's nice. Showing out. I'm acting like I don't care about what's happened between us, but I do. I just want to appear unbothered. Bloody hell. That's taken a turn, hasn't it? That has taken quite the turn. What's the nature of this connection, please? Does it resonate? That's so cool. Unconditional love. The love between you and your person is eternal. Nothing and no one can take it away from you. They don't want to walk away, but they've got to. And they're tied to some sort of contract, or commitment that's to do with like either a house, a car, a job, some sort of like responsibilities. These are earthly matters, but it's something really big that can't be ignored. It's something practical and it's something really important, like day to day, that can't be ignored. And they don't want to leave, but they're having to put on like this like harsh kind of like, you know, mind over matter, like act like it's fine to be walking away, but they're actually devastated. And you're showing up as an emperor and an empress. This is mind-blowing. Let's get confessions. I feel insecure around you. This is wild, this. I'm thinking about using a different deck rather than looking for... Because it feels very practical. It doesn't feel like, you know, oh, they're traumatized by something from their childhood, or, you know, it doesn't feel like emotional. It feels practical, like circumstances of life. What is this devil with the Ace of Pentacles? Air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Health. Health issues could arise. That's a bit weird. That is really strange. Does that resonate? Not enough. Frustrated in relationship. Lack of confidence. Self-sabotage. Fear, ego issues, jealousy. It does say, I feel insecure around you. Lack of confidence. I feel like I'm not enough. Mojo's here. Mojo, this taking a wild turn. Like, wild. You're gonna have to rewind, honestly. It's like quite the saga. Love me. Unconditional love. Feeling insecure. This isn't goodbye. I love our conversations. I act like I don't care, but I do. Health issues could arise. Air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And they're like breaking up, but they don't want to be. They're leaving and they don't want to be, but there's like something that they're bound by, and it's to do with an Ace of Pentacles. That is absolutely wild. I'm really tempted to get a different deck. Let's try these and see what comes out. Why are they so insecure? Is it resonating as a message from father to son? Raving eyes, keeping possibilities open, obvious flirt, disrespectful, late bloomer, age gap, or immature attitude, out of sync. Oh, age gap or immature attitude, out of sync, needs more time. So someone could be less kind of like independent. They could be, you know, at the behest of parents still, or not ready for such a serious commitment. They could have been disrespected by previous partners, and so they feel insecure about what they look like or whether they think they're good enough. Sometimes we're insecure because of our finances, our family, our living space, our, you know, our job, our status, whatever causes status in life. Sometimes we can feel insecure with it, with our bodies, like anything really. Some people hate their own voice, they hate their nose, they hate, like, do you know what I mean? Like, this person feels insecure because of how they were treated in the past. They also could be someone who is just not as, they're just not as confident in themselves, not as like independent. They could be codependent, like for finances or just practical reasons. Is it accurate? That's cool. Keeping a promise. This person, like, look at this, there's like sparks flying, there's like waterfalls flowing. That is romantic as hell. It's like kissing in the rain. They're so in love. They're so in love with you. Geminis do have the ability to hold the love of a person using their intellect. They're very intellectual and interesting, full of interesting information. You can be very emotional as well, very sensitive as well as interesting. So this person like adores your conversation and the things that you talk about. They're very in love. I think it says, love me. This isn't goodbye. It's turned into a sort of like epic rom-com. Romantic tragedy. Hopefully not. Can you still trust she or he? Oh, look, there's a ring on the table there. Wow, this is wild. This is absolutely wild. I don't know what else to say about it. It's so dramatic. That is them leaving. That is them leaving. And then they're like, I'm going to be back there. I'm keeping a promise. And they're more worried that you're going to meet someone else. They're so insecure that you're going to move on. in the outcome, the Emperor is just in like so much pain. And they're the Empress, so you're just feeling devastated by, you wanted reciprocity and it's like you just can't make it happen. But they're saying like, I really care about, I need to get a timing on this. When's this Empress gonna come back then? I feel like having a right kick-off. Going like Trace goes. It does say, unconditional love, the love between you and your person is eternal, nothing and no one can take it away from you. So you do love each other. 6 months from now, they're going to come back. They're coming back in 6 months. This is crazy, guys. It's absolutely crazy. We need advice pronto. Self-appreciation. I will find a moment throughout the day that I can dedicate to myself. Find a comfortable space and bring a pen and paper. I will write a letter of appreciation to myself, where I will pour love into who I am and all that I do. I am enough. I think you both need to do that. That's wild though, because look. They could have left a message or a note, or they're going to. But there's a lot about kind of writing down how you're feeling. Because this is a lot. You know, it's one thing to leave someone, and it's one thing to be the one that's being left, isn't it? That's being expected to wait, or... I mean, it'll plague both of you, but it says that you're going to be back together 6 months from now. So you could be in different parts of the country, you could be in different countries, different continents. But it's not the end, and it says that you both have the same level of feelings for each other. There's a lot of insecurity though. They're terrified that you're gonna like... They're determined to keep a promise. They're terrified that you're gonna meet someone else. A sacred ritual will bring you clarity and insight. So it could be meditation, it could be prayers, it could be yoga, sound baths, massage, you know, anything that gets you into a higher state of consciousness. A time of great prosperity is on the horizon. Well, that's always nice to know. That is really nice to know. I think we needed that. These are collective readings by zodiac sign. You can buy a personal reading, or you can support the channel by watching your sign and the sign of your person, and that should answer your questions. And when we get to 4,000 watch hours, I'll start to do live Q&As. Those would be separate readings called live Q&As. You still wouldn't come in to this and ask questions that are personal to you. These are collective readings, and they'll stay collective readings, okay? There would be separate live Q&As from end of this year, early next year. And you would need to pay for an answer. So you might as well pay for a personal reading if you've got, you know, questions about a person and you really want to know what's going on with them. You might as well pay for a personal reading, because it'd be £10 for a question, or you can get like a 40-minute reading for £18. So you might as well take the plunge. Otherwise, the collective readings will resonate, because I watch loads of readers and they resonate with me 100%. They have done for the last 3 years. So, protection. Create a safe space. Within this circle, you are protected and empowered. There's a lot about self-care. Write a letter to yourself, a letter of self-appreciation. You know, I am loving, I am loyal, I am successful. I'm so proud of myself for handling this, you know, with dignity, for having the patience, for having the trust that this is going to work out. Write some really nice things down for yourself, or you don't even have to write it, but say it out loud, you know. That's how you'll be strong and use your personal power. It's you've got nothing and no one can take this away from you. So, you know, use that and trust the universe, trust in this guidance that you're being given by source, because they're telling you, like, it's okay, like, it's okay. 6 months from now, and that time's going to fly. What month would that be? We're in October now, so March, April time. Something to do in March, April is when this person's going to come back. So that's, do you know what I mean? It's going to fly by. And you're busy working, that goes in a few blinks. Don't be ridiculous. What's that? Don't be ridiculous. That's hilarious. That's wild. I don't know why that's come out. That's funny. That is wild. Okay. We've done that. So it's just an angel number now. That is hilarious. Don't be ridiculous. 3333. Social skills, hope, optimism, liberation, success, prosperity, excitement, and enthusiasm. Now, you've had prosperity twice, haven't you? A time of great prosperity is on the horizon, and it's to do with social skills. 3 is number of community. The problems you have today will eventually disappear. That's why we need to stop being ridiculous and stop worrying. Your guardian angels encourage you to maintain a positive outlook on life, since your luck may be about to change. It is time to put to use your captivating energy and inspirational personality. Don't let your ego get the best of you. So you've got a loved one that's giving you a bit of a slap on the wrist here, saying you've been moping, you've been feeling down, you've been getting a kind of way, and you need to pack it in, because you're about to make a lot of money from this amazing personality. And if you look at where it says this person loves about you, like the conversations that you have, it could be your intellect. I'm not saying it has to be, but there's something about your personality that's like, you've got really good energy about you, very optimistic, very upbeat. You could be funny. You could be someone that's usually like really positive. You could be someone who is, I don't know you, do you know what I mean? But a loved one that's passed away is saying, like, stop it, because you've been getting down on yourself, and probably this is giving you a bit of a knock, but they're coming back, and you're about to make a lot of money being very successful, using your personality in some way. You've got captivating energy and an inspirational personality. So don't let your ego, don't let your fears and your worries and your insecurities, don't let that, like, get in the way of, like, this fantastic thing that's about to happen. Just don't be ridiculous. Right, okay, that's you done, Gemini. Take care. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to do Cancer and then I'm going to have to call it a night because it is really late, and I'll do the other 4. Will I be able to do that? I think I'm going to be looking after my nephews tomorrow night, so I'm going to have to do the next 4 signs Tuesday. Unless I end up not working tomorrow, and I'll do it in the day tomorrow. I'm just going to have to see, okay, because it's a bit of a wild one. I'm looking after my nephews, and I've got pottery, and I could be working, so I'm staying at my sister's. I can't film tomorrow. I need to be focused on them. I haven't seen them for ages, actually. I'm gonna be mum in my sister's house. I'm glad that resonates for people. It's mad, isn't it, how, like, collective readings can resonate, but we must be following similar life lessons at, like, similar sort of time frames by zodiac sign, because I don't fully understand it right, but I swear readings that are collective resonate for me, like, so much. And it's, like, all different readers. It's mad. I've even seen, like, the same card combinations come out in my readings as in, like, some of the big readers, you know, on the same week that we post, and it's just, I just think it's crazy, but it's cool. It's crazy cool. Make sure you're going for regular health checkups and stuff. I don't want to freak anyone out. Health can refer to mental health as well as physical health, but I don't know, it's individual, isn't it? Just apparently the thing that most saves and prolongs life expectancy is regular health checkups. It's not life-saving ops, it's those routine checks that you go for. I mean, it doesn't help when some people avoid the doctors, but I've got to an age where I start doing that. Like, I ain't going. It's just the circle of life, isn't it? As we get older, we just avoid going because we don't want to know. Don't want to know. Thanks for dropping in, Jojo, to support the channel and have you reading. Oh my god, I love the weekend because there's so much tarot posted over the weekend. And I know a reader that posts at like midnight as well. I'm gonna have to be sensible there and, like, maybe watch some of it tomorrow. Or will I stay up? I might stay up. That's naughty, isn't it? That's naughty. I'll regret that decision tomorrow. Right, let's get the Cancer reading done. Oh no, I've knocked the crow. I didn't mean to rhyme. Oh my god. I'm sliding off my seat here. Right, I'm serious. I was not expecting that Gemini reading to go like that. That was wild. That was a crazy plot twist. I'm not even going to look at what time it is. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Cancer's highest good. How is Cancer feeling in the second week of October 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Cancer's feeling first of all, please. Okay, so it is a love reading, okay, but work can dictate whether we're open to love, whether we feel prepared for love. It can also be a cause of arguments and breakdowns of relationships. So, the 3, with that in mind, the 3 of Pentacles is 3 is the number of community. It can represent a workplace. It can also just represent cooperation, teamwork in general. Okay, so cooperation with our partner. That was in the challenge position. So the challenge is cooperation, teamwork, community. Now, community can be, our family, our friends, colleagues, acquaintances, neighbours, groups that we're a part of, clubs, associations. But I would, in a love reading, probably say, like, can I cooperate with my person? But let's see what else comes out. The Knight of Cups reversed. The Knight of Cups upright is, like Romeo when he realises that he loves Juliet and he just wants to find her on a balcony and tell her. And she's on the balcony looking up at the moon, dreaming about Romeo. It's that kind of like dreamy, like, I'm in love, I want to tell them. It has to be them. They're perfect. Like knights actively move towards their person and express how they feel about them, how important they are to them. When it's reversed, you've got those feelings, but you're not expressing it. You're like suppressing it. You're like, oh, I could never tell them I feel like that. I'm not going to let them know. I'm not going to show them that I feel like that. That kind of came out separately, so let's look at that in a moment. The Temperance reversed, the 5 of Cups reversed, and the 8 of Wands. Ooh, And then we've got the Justice upright. It starts off awful, okay? And then it gets good. And I'll tell you why. The Temperance, when it's upright, is major arcana for Sagittarius. You see that she's balancing the levels of emotion between these two cups. She's trying to find the right balance. She's trying to get her emotions in check. When our emotions are out of control, we have mood swings. We can say things we don't mean. We can start weeping and wailing. We can shout. We can go, silent, sulk. I feel like that's what's been going on because it's reversed. The Five of Cups, when it's upright, is someone that's in grief, okay? When that's reversed, we're recovering from grief. The Eight of Wands is fast action, progress, fast communication, which is what you want. And then the Justice is things being made fair. Justice being done, okay? So something's becoming fair after a period of grief and a period of distress. What's that one? Oh, that's the Knight of Cups. Something's becoming fair, something's being made equal, just, correct. It's the major arcana for Libra. I don't know if you got Libra in your chart. I don't know if you got Sagittarius in your chart. You don't have to. Let's see how they're feeling. They've got the Moon upright, okay? So they're feeling fearful, but they're prepared to walk forwards anyway. There's so much emotion, it's all dripping down. It's Pisces energy, it's water. The Moon is about using your intuition. It's about trying to perceive danger. Like this person is in the middle of the woods at night time. They can't see what's ahead. It's creating fear and anxiety. But in the story of the major arcana, the fool realizes that he must walk forward anyway. He must proceed anyway. See, this person, he or she, is walking forward anyway, even though they're frightened. They're going to do it. The Three of Cups reversed. So, the Three of Cups upright is 3 is a number of community, but in a love reading, it usually is read as a third party card. So the other man, the other woman. If that was upright, I'd say there's a situationship that's currently happening. When it's reversed, I read it as someone finishing a situationship. Okay, like they've had enough of being the other man, the other woman. Or, they find that they're a terrible person because they're cheating on someone they're married to and they know it's wrong, so they put a stop to it. It's something like a situationship where it's had a stop put to it. And if it wasn't a situationship, then it's just about, it's not a time for celebration, coming together, celebrating. It's not a time for that. This person's isolating themselves. But I would say it's the end of a situationship if I'm going to read cards how I normally do. Could be something that's taken place in the workplace. Doesn't have to. Let's get one more for them. You really care about this person and you've been like devastated over them. I wonder if they ended it. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man In the upright is someone who's prepared to look at things from a different perspective. Okay, they're not going to be so stubborn that they're only going to see things from their point of view. They're literally turning themselves upside down so they can see things from another angle, another viewpoint, through the eyes of another, you know, find solutions. Let's get 3 for the outcome. They could be a Pisces or have that in their chart. They don't have to. The 3 of Wands. Someone's been planning something and now they're going to take action on it. Because the 2 of Wands is a planning phase. Like, should I pick A or B? Should I go left or right? Should I stay or go? The 3 of Wands is like, I've decided and now I'm going to take action. Now I'm going to make this plan happen. Which is what you want in an outcome. The King of Wands. This is an action-orientated person. The King of Wands is fire energy. The King of Wands is someone that is confident, bold, assertive. They make a plan and they actuate it. They know what they want and they make it so. It's fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's a king, so this person, male or female, is in the masculine energy. I don't know if it's you or them. There's so much water, but then we've got this fire starting. Let's get one more. Look. The 8 of Cups reversed. Someone doesn't want this to end. Someone doesn't want this to end, so they've got a plan. They've got a plan. I'm going to write that down. They've got a plan. What was the Taurus one? Okay. Sorry, but it's like I've got to watch the readings all the way through, which when they're like an hour each, I've got to watch like 12 readings. That's 12 hours. But if I write down the title, I can just look for where they need splitting up and put the title on. It's just like boom. So it's worth me like scribbling down as I go, because I haven't got time like that. They've got a plan. I feel like it's them, right? Because the moon means they're afraid, but they're going to walk forwards anyway. They don't want a situationship, or they feel like something isn't a cause for celebration, and then they're willing to see things from another perspective. They're not being stubborn about it. And you've got this sense of like grief, but then like there's progress all of a sudden, and then justice feels like it's being done. So that's why I'm getting that sense that it's them in the outcome that's making things right, that's fighting for this, that's trying to, you know, breathe life back into it. But let's keep going. It could be the other way around, guys. I'm not a fly on the wall. I'll clarify, and sometimes it makes sense, like, afterwards. Gaslighting you. I've been lying and gaslighting you. You weren't crazy, you were right. I just wasn't strong enough to admit it. Oh my god, it is them. They know that they deliberately hurt you and messed up. You feel like home. Being with you reminds me of simpler times. You bring me so much happiness and peace. Oh my god. They're coming back for you. They're coming back for you, Cancer. What's the nature of this connection, please? Pay attention to the red flags. Know the warning signs of what an unhealthy connection looks like. Well, they did say that they've been gaslighting you, which is emotional abuse. When you gaslight someone, it means that you make them second guess themselves, you make them doubt themselves. So, like, where the phrase comes from is, I think it's like a situation, like an example where, or a thing that actually happened where a person was in their home and the gas taps were on. Don't quote me on this. And they turn them off and go back upstairs, and the other person like quickly puts the gas back on. Right, it's something like that. So it makes the person feel like they're going crazy because they're like, I know I turned that off. And then they go, well, obviously I didn't because it's on. But it's the other person playing mind games. So that's where the term gaslighting comes from. It's nothing to do with gas, and it's nothing to do with light. It's making someone doubt their own sanity. This person made you doubt your own sanity. They made you feel that they don't care about you, like they don't want this, or like they do want this. And the opposite is true, and they've made out like you're crazy. Ooh, you're crazy, you must be losing it. Or you've made this up in your head, or you're vilifying me when I'm just, you know, a normal person. They know, they're admitting that they gaslit you, they made you feel like you were going insane. They made you feel crazy. And it was very deliberate. I mean, do you want that? Like, why does that feel like home to them? And why would they, like, make you feel crazy, like, so that it comes to an end, so that they don't have the person that they feel like makes them feel like home? It's not healthy behavior. It's actually mental abuse, that. And there's a lot of peoples that do that, actually. You have so many choices and options. Okay. They're like hella insecure, they're very jealous. They know that you are high value. Okay, so I mean, none of that is a reason for you to be with them, because it's kind of a reason for you not to be with them, if anything. But they're not mentally abusing you because they think you're worthless. Okay, it's the thing that I want you to take out of this. You are very valuable. You're very valuable. If they're not treating you as valuable, you obviously got to put your boundaries up and protect yourself from boundaries being crossed, from having it reflected to you that you are worthless, that you are crazy, that you're, being dramatic, you're this, you're that. You're not anything. You're a normal person that's high value, and you deserve the best, and that's why they don't want to lose you. Okay, but it's very strange what they've been doing, and we're going to find out why. Why is this person being gaslighting Cancer, please? Making them feel crazy, making them doubt themselves, making them feel like they can't trust their own judgment, or like they imagined everything. Toxic, destructive relationship, manipulative, gaslighting. You got gaslighting twice. This is someone deliberately trying to make you lose your own mind. Why? It's like if I say to the kids in school, go and stand outside because you've just scrunched up that person's work, you've just thrown an orange across the classroom. They'll be like, no, I didn't. And I'm like, you did, because everyone in here saw it. And then the other people don't know what to do, so I just sat there like trying to not exist. And the child will go, no, I didn't, you're making up lies. Okay, so then you'll say, you did it. Everyone saw you do it, and you know that you did it. And they'll say, how did I do it? Why would I do that? And they make you answer questions and make you explain yourself. And it starts like basically like mental abuse. So you feel insane in the end. And they're hoping that it just kind of distracts you so much that you give up. But it's like they've learned that from whom, haven't they? They've learned that from someone else. So I think they've got toxic connections where they've grown up, where that behaviour is going on. But let's continue. Awakened rebirth. Become conscious, stay aware, and embrace the renewal of your essence. Stay aware. Pay attention to red flags. Toxic. It's not someone with healthy, loving relationships, which is a shame for them, but that's very much a personal thing for them to work on, and maybe they can stop it with a lot of therapy, but they're not to present themselves to anybody for a relationship, because they will abuse you. Okay, people abuse people in any kind of relationship, whether it's a teacher-student connection, whether it's a boss-subordinate connection, whether it's a friendship connection, whether it's a family member. Okay, if it's toxic, it's toxic, and you don't have to put up with it or try to heal it, or try to, even if you understand it, it's still unhealthy for you to be. You're still suffering from it, like whether they are consciously doing it or not. They shouldn't be in competition with you. You can't win, can you, in that scenario? Outdated, discarded, outdated, irrelevant, old news. That's how they feel. Oh, that's really bad. I'm just having to think what I need to get next. Let's get the unspoken truth. Do you ever think of me too? Oh my God. I think Mila, I'm not doing a live Q&A, like question and answer. It's a collective reading. If you want a personal reading, you can email me the email address that's in the channel description and pay me through PayPal, or I'll give you my bank details and you can have a personal reading, or you can private message me on TikTok. The reason that no, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I think you should prioritize your own well-being in this. If this is resonating for you and you've got someone that's trying to come back like a bad penny and they made you feel stupid, they made you feel foolish, they left you, they made you feel like you've imagined loads of stuff or it's your fault the relationship ended. Loads of people do that. They cause arguments to get you to split up. And then they like leave you feeling like it was quite mutual, we just parted ways, like, and it's like, no, you've deliberately like caused arguments to get us to like split up because you wanted out, because you don't love me anymore, or because you're a commitment phobe, or you cheated and you want me to end it before I find out that you cheated. It's some sort of games and manipulation going on, and it isn't fair, and it isn't honest, and it isn't healthy. Like, so why would you want it? You have so many options and choices. Like, they know you're high value and they're not being like, if they're going to mentally abuse someone who's high value, that is just like really not cool. Like, they need to go and like deal with shit in their own like psyche. Need to go and have like counseling and like really unpick where that behavior is coming from and learn to stop doing it. Because if that's a pattern, it's obviously gonna, if you get back with someone who's been doing that, it's gonna start up again like it never stopped. Let's get confessions from them, although I'm not sure I want to give them too much of a voice, but let's see what they've got to say. I'm truly sorry, you deserve better. I just, like, I'd be really careful that's not, like, manipulative language being used. Respect the rules. Some rules, they cross boundaries, they tell lies, they mentally abuse, they may physically abuse, and they may financially abuse. Someone does not respect the rules, the boundaries, they're toxic. Deeply insecure person, and it's not your price to pay. You definitely can't fix it. Your advice is loving friends. I surround myself with people who inspire me and grow together with me. My friends raise me up and hold me to the best that I can be. I am loved unconditionally and supported throughout my journey. I release old friendships which may be toxic. You got toxic twice, you got red flags, gaslighting, respect the rules, or keeping me stagnant. Okay, so you have to also realise that if you succumb to this person and you romanticize it in your head, or you look through rose tinted glasses, or you give them a chance, or you give them another chance, you're facilitating their negative patterns. They're not going to get better, because people like this look for people who are empaths and people who are functioning well in society, people who have resources like money or connections, people who are really good at getting up and going to work every day, people who are really good at being responsible, people who are really good at paying the bills, people who are really good at emotional recovery, forgiveness. Because guess what they're looking for? Money and forgiveness. I don't like it, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's a little bit toxic. I think it's like a narcissist. I think you should like really cut all ties. And I like avoid to say that most times, but I'm going to call a spade a spade. Divorce and confession. Experiencing a breakup, someone has to tell you something. This person got secrets, guys. The stuff, you probably know the tip of the iceberg, okay? So when you think you're dealing with certain parameters, the parameters are way wider than that. You're looking at the margin and there's a whole page. Don't even go there. And if you have, don't go back. I'm telling you now. I'm going to get you more clarification, and then I'm going to get you some like new love stuff. Cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. Okay, so that is like a version of gaslighting where people get you to go over the past and edit it slightly so that it's more palatable. Wisdom. Wisdom is your heritage. Seek knowledge and preserve it. Seek knowledge will be like, ask other people who've lived longer than you, ask other people who've been involved with narcissists, who've been gaslit before, who've had a partner who's a liar, a partner who, you know, is emotionally abusive, financially abusive, because they're normally hand in hand. Narcissists need supply, and supply is usually loads of attention on them all of the time, and money, because they're very malfunctioning people. They're people who are on drugs, they're people who may sell drugs, they may have firearms, they may have you know, really toxic connections with people who are really, really bad, that you don't want to be associated with. People who are, you know, used to being in prison. They may have done things like sleep with people who are underage. They will break every rule. They will break every law. They have got sides to them that you don't want to see. So I wouldn't go anywhere near this, okay? Cut contact as if it's a tumour, okay? And cut out everyone around them as well, because they'll do something called hoovering, where they contact their friends, their family, their son, their daughter, their in-laws, their parents. They will get them to contact you on their behalf and apologise for them and make excuses for them, and that's called hoovering, okay? Don't do it. Do not listen to anything this person's got to say. Create boundaries, put up walls, and make sure you're not pulled into anything illegal as well. Right, in terms of new love, when is Cancer going to meet someone new, please? No need to hurry. I think you should heal. It's very common to find out from someone close to this person. They will recognise you to be a good person, and they will whistle blow on the narcissist, okay? And that's when the mask falls off, and you'll find out this person been bad-mouthing you to all and sundry. They'll be bad-mouthing you, telling lies about you, saying you're the one that's spending all the money, you're the one that doesn't want to have sex. Meanwhile, you've had loads of sex, you've been paying for everything, okay? They literally tell the opposite too. They switch the characters around. They're the crazy one, but they'll make out like you're crazy, and they'll tell lies about the people in their life to you, so you kind of look at these people sideways and don't listen to everything they're saying. So it's a big spider's web. Okay, don't be the bait inside the web. Get yourself out of it. Cut your way out of it with scissors. Set it on fire. Do what you have to do to get away, and just block contact. You will get your sanity and your safety and your wholesomeness back very, very quickly. But the pain is very exponential as you find out everything they've been lying about, everything they've been getting up to. It causes more and more hurt, and then you just get to a point where you're like, please don't tell me anymore. Please don't tell me, because I don't want to know. I don't want to know what I've had in my home. I don't want to know. I'm going to get you a good fortune card, because we need to get away from this. A time of great change is upon you. Trust the process. Embrace calm and clarity. Let your intuition guide you. You probably got the instinct to get away from this, so trust it. And you'll have the instinct not to go back, Even if you remember times where they were charming, or times where you genuinely had fun with them, just remember the stakes and how high they are, and the things they've been saying about you. Angel number. Let's get an angel number. When you're sent a karmic, it's so that you can put up boundaries where you haven't had boundaries that were high enough, okay? It's to teach you a lesson and force you to put up boundaries. So as soon as you do that, you cut this person out, and then you say, you know what, I'm going to take it slow with people. I'm not going to let anyone rush me. I'm going to have some time by myself, build up my confidence, get myself into better financial and practical circumstances, so I'm not needing a knight in shining armour. Male or female, I'm not looking for someone to rescue me out of my, life that sucks, because that's where you accept. It's not that you knew this person was toxic, but it's where you're gullible, okay, or you're vulnerable to toxicity, or you're likely to find out they're toxic but kind of keep going with it because you just want to be in a relationship right now. Do you know what I mean? Oh my god, it's up to you. 1010. Moderation, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, self-realization, taking action, unconditional love. It's time to put those long cherished ideas into action. You will soon come into contact with the appropriate individuals, circumstances, and resources. Eventually, you will experience joy as well as brand new opportunities. Trust in the process. This isn't you. This person is this person, and that's their issues, and it's their drama. You're you, you're amazing, and you're going to be amazing when they're gone. It's 555 that I'm seeing in the chat. So 5 is a number of change. Okay, drown out their messages because we don't need that. I'm not listening to anything they've got to say. Reach out to friends, okay? You'll be embarrassed and you'll feel stupid, but never feel stupid, okay? This has happened to people since time began. It's happened to our parents, it's happened to our siblings. We all know someone who's had a karmic that's betrayed them in so many different ways on so many different levels, and that person suffered, and you don't think any less of the victim. You think less of the person that treated them so badly, you know? So don't think badly of yourself. Don't feel humiliated or foolish or stupid or any of the things that it makes you feel like. Karmics and narcissists, they're attracted to people who are functioning well, people who have good connections, nice family, nice friends, a great job. They're a forgiving person. They're attracted to normal. You are normal. You are valuable. They're chaotic and malfunctioning, okay? They're a parasite that needs to grab onto people who are healthy and functioning. So don't ever think badly about yourself, and if you find yourself doing that, that's what you need to remember, okay? You were a person before all of this, and you're still that person, okay? Shake it off like a bad outfit. Just take it off, throw it away. Didn't happen. All right, take care. Don't rush into anything new, okay? Take the time to heal, because this was really bad, what happened to you. Take care. If it resonates, and only if it resonates, give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, or share it with someone who you know is a Cancer that's gone through this. Support the channel, hype the channel. If it's not your story, don't claim it, okay? It doesn't mean that it's going to happen to you. Spirit looks after people that need advice the most. Okay, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.